This video is all about the F Nordlys and why it's such an interesting scale. Even if you don't have this handpan, follow along with me because you will learn something super interesting about modes. This can unlock the next level of your handpan learning, and I think it's pretty cool. This video is created for Roderick, who is one of my patrons, so I'm using his scale to explore this idea. If you'd like me to use your scale as the basis of one of my future videos, why don't you become a Patreon? There are loads of awesome benefits, and they are the people that keep this channel going, so thank you. Let's dive into it. Let's write out the notes for F Nordlys. We're starting off writing out the notes that the maker might have given us. So I got these directly from Roderick. F sharp, A sharp, another F sharp, I've got a G sharp, I've got an A sharp, I've got a C sharp, an F, and a C. When we look at this spider, this diagram, we can already see some quite strange things. We have a C and a C sharp, and we have an F and an F sharp. When we come to fill these in, we need one of every type of letter. We can't have a C and a C sharp because we won't know where to put them. So we'd use another name for this note. Instead of calling it a C, we can also call it a B sharp. That means the same thing. If I play them on the piano, they both sound exactly the same, but they are in fact different notes, written out in harmony, right? These things mean the same thing, but they look different. Now I've got a type of B on here, which helps me out. I also don't like my F and my F sharp, so I can think about another sharp, which is E sharp. These mean the same things, they sound the same if you play them on the piano, but they're written differently, which really helps us out when we get to the harmony section. Now we're going to fill in this section. The other interesting thing about an F Nordlys is it's not major and it's not minor. It's a different mode, which is called Lydian. I'm not going to go too deep into the modes today. I just want to give you a very simple formula. If you have a Lydian handpan, you put your ding not at the start, we actually put it in slot number 4. Any Lydian handpan, that's a Nordlys, that's an Aegean handpan, that's a Golden Gate, that's loads of other ones. Any Lydian handpan, we just put our ding in at number 4. And carry on numbering upwards like that. That's going to allow us to find the parent scale, or the major scale, that all of these different modes are based off of. If you understood what that all meant, fantastic. If you're still confused, don't worry. Let me know in the comments. If you'd like, I can make a video explaining modes a little bit more. But for now, I just want to crack on and tell you, I promise, that it does work, all right? I'm going to go F sharp, we're going to go G sharp, I'm going to go A sharp, I'm going to have a lot of sharps. Now we have this one, it was C, but just to keep the F, G, A, B, that numbering going forwards, I'm calling it B sharp. Remember, all you need for music theory is the alphabet. Now we have our C, and we know the type of C that it is sharp. There is no type of D on here, so I can just put that in small to hold that space. I always need something in every box, even though it's not on the handpan. And I happen to know that it would be a D sharp that we're looking for, which is also an E flat. So if you have that on any other handpan, you can borrow it. If not, doesn't matter, it's still going to work. F sharp, C, D, and we know that we need a type of E. What type of E is it? It's an E sharp. For me, that's just a lot tidier than writing F and F sharp, or C and C sharp. That's a little bit confusing, so we sometimes use a bit unusual names. But remember, that is also a C, and that is also an F. It's the same note. This is the same note as a B flat. This is the same note as an A flat, G flat, or D flat. I'm just writing those in to show you that there can be two types of names. You don't need to learn this second half. Right, now we know that the parent scale is actually C sharp major. And now we can just fill in on our normal way. C sharp. This is going to be D sharp, E sharp, or if you want to call it F major, I'm not going to stop you, F minor, that's fine, I don't mind. E, F sharp here, G sharp, A sharp, and B sharp diminished, also known as C diminished. Alright, so we've got a lot of information on here, don't be overwhelmed. Now we just fill them in. C sharp, E sharp, and G sharp. Here we don't have a D sharp, that's fine though. We have an F sharp, and we have an A sharp. Okay, so now we know what makes up each of those chords, and we're just gonna draw them in. So we're just finding out where is my C sharp. Okay, it's up here, so I draw my line in here. Any other C sharps? Nope. Where's my E sharp? Diagonally up this way. Any other E sharps? Nope. And where's my G sharp? Diagonally down here. Any other G sharps? Perfect. I know I don't have a D sharp, but I have an F sharp here in the middle, and I have an A sharp down here and out to the side. Even though I don't have a D sharp, I can imply it with these notes. Here we've got our E sharp minor, or our F minor, E sharp, the G sharp, and we've got our B sharp out to the side. Very nice. Oopsie. Oh my gosh, I am such a messy person. F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. So we can see our F sharp major chord. There's a lot of options for that, a lot of notes there that we can play in our F sharp major chord, which is expected. G sharp, G sharp, we don't have a D sharp, fine. A sharp, so we've got two of them. C sharp, we got one of those. And E sharp up here. And B sharp, one of those, no D sharp, and F sharps. And there we have all of the chords that are available to us on our F sharp Nordlys, all of our simple chords. This scale is a really lovely sounding instrument, and it uses a few quite tricky concepts. I'm not expecting you to understand all of these, and I know it's hard to hear it without me playing it, but I wanted to show that just using a piece of paper, we can understand some quite complicated and interesting facts about this really cool handpan. So remember, every note can have two different names. We need to choose the one that gives us the most different notes when we lay them out in this direction. We don't want to have C and C. That's so hard to say. C. We don't want to have C and C sharp. We don't want to have F sharp and F natural. That's too confusing, that's too messy for me. Instead, we use another name. When you're talking about it though, you might well say, hey, I have an F minor chord on my handpan. Another musician will understand what that means. You don't have to say I have an E sharp minor chord. That's a little bit awkward and unusual. But if you stuck to the end of this video, great job. This is kind of complicated theory ideas, and this idea of Lydian, of starting on the fourth, but it's also really straightforward. I created these worksheets so anyone can fill them out and get the right information. As long as you follow those steps, even if you have a different handpan that writes different notes around, if it's a Nordlys, this pattern will work perfectly. So have a go. If you do it, if you do this, and you're a Patreon, you can put it in the chat on Patreon and I will check your work. Even if you don't have an F sharp Nordlys, you could always buy one of these worksheets and fill it in. I think it's a great challenge to use this to fill in pans that you don't have. So you could try it. Thanks for watching.